Hi, I'm Ashley Johnson, Senior Development Officer at the Northwest Minnesota Foundation. And with me today is Jean Larson, Executive Director for Northern Dental Access Center, one of many organizations that received a grant from NMF's Emergency Disaster Relief and Recovery Fund. Welcome, Jean.
Thank you.
Can you tell me a little bit about your organization, where you're located, and who you serve?
So we applied to the program for Northern Dental Access Center Halstead, which is in Norman County. It is a nonprofit community access clinic providing dental care to people in need. Even though our home clinic is here in Bemidji, this satellite location was created 2 years ago to address a dental access shortage in the far western part of our region. And we provide a dental home to people of all ages who would otherwise not have access. And most patients are low income, enrolled in a Minnesota healthcare program, or accessing our sliding fee cash program for those in need. And we also have some patient support services available to address barriers to care. These include a transportation assistance program, insurance counseling, care coordination for referral care, and access to legal services. In general, our goal is to just welcome everyone and provide whatever we can to overcome barriers that might be getting in the way of a family getting their dental care.
Absolutely. So, how has the challenges of 2020 and the pandemic impacted your organization and the communities you serve?
Oh my. So the people that we serve have been hit with the same number of challenges we all have been facing for months now. Low-income people and people of color, as we know, continue to face even greater health and economic uncertainties. We'd only been open in Halstead for 2 years, working in kind of a startup mode. And we were just finding our stability this past spring when COVID changed everything, like it did for everyone. For the first few weeks, the governor's orders and the Board of Dentistry shut down dental care altogether. And then they slowly allowed us to restore emergency services only. That meant hundreds of dental appointments were canceled because we could only serve people in severe pain. Now, it was a greater burden for our Bemidji clinic because we have a patient base of about 20,000 people, half of whom hadn't been to the dentist for more than 3 years. But the Halstead clinics provided some backup for us, for those of our patients west of Bemidji who were willing to make that trip. Both locations saw a dramatic loss in patient volume for several months. And like other nonprofits, we faced interruptions in our revenue streams. We had to reduce our capacity. We furloughed team members. We had to reconfigure HVAC systems. And of course, we had to locate that PPE that was so difficult to find. But now we've been able to pace back to almost normal recently. We're open in both locations. We're working to re-engage with patients whose care has been delayed. And in Halstead, we're back to about 75% of our pre-COVID capacity, which is the pace we expect to keep in 2021. Means about 200 appointments a month. So we're still taking new patients and happy to welcome anyone in need.
So, how will this emergency relief grant help you meet the needs of your community?
Well, the virus hit us here in Beltrami County several weeks before it reached Norman County. So we relied on the Halstead Clinic a great deal to reduce the pressure on the organization. But in the midst of the hardest and most unpredictable weeks of the pandemic, a major piece of equipment failed in Halstead, and we had to make some really difficult decisions. Our board of directors was just sorting through what we predicted to be about $1 million shortfall for the year. And our precious reserves, we had to tap them to replace a compressor immediately. It was a leap of faith. But continuing to offer dental services is really key to keeping people out of the emergency rooms and clinics for dental pain, especially in those times when the healthcare systems were so overwhelmed. So thankfully, the Northwest Minnesota Foundation Emergency Relief Program recognized the burden this placed on our current and future reserves and supported a portion of that cost. We were able to replace the equipment almost immediately, and we even repaired the old compressor to be a backup unit if we ever find ourselves in a similar situation. So we're grateful to the foundation and to the community for the ongoing support of our work.
How can people get involved and support your organization's work, like volunteering or donations?
Well, that's a wonderful question. As a nonprofit, of course, we welcome financial contributions, But I would say our needs lie in two categories. One is workforce. There's a shortage of dental assistants in Minnesota, and all dental offices are struggling to find assistants. So encourage young people to look into this rewarding field. And for us, we also need dentists in the Halstead location. Our model is built on independent contracts with dentists in the area willing to provide care periodically for a daily rate. Even if it's a couple days a month, we need the extra help. Many dentists are facing their own struggles right now in their private practices due to COVID, or many consider themselves high risk of COVID because they're retired or semi-retired, and they're just not ready to get back into the treatment room. So we'd appreciate the word being spread to the dental community about this opportunity, and more information is on our website about that. Secondly, as I mentioned, the Halstead Clinic was just hitting its groove when COVID came. So many people in the region were still unaware that we are there and ready to serve. So people who need a dental home, who are enrolled in medical assistance or Minnesota Care, or who are income eligible, or who just can't find a dentist in their own community, I hope they'll look to us, and when they're ready, schedule an appointment to get their smile healthy. Lord knows we need more smiles these days. And more information can be found at our website, northerndentalaccess.org. And there's an info email that you can click on, and that comes straight to me, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Does that help?
Absolutely. Thank you for your work, Jean, and thank you so much for being with us today.
Well, right back at you. The foundation has been with us from the start, even with early planning funds for that Halstead location. So this has just been such a wonderful partnership. I thank you so much.
Thank you.